This is my tribute stream to Robin Williams. He died over 2 years ago, but far less than a trillion. And he's very manic, did a lot of cocaine, should be known. But if this is being viewed by a civilization a trillion whatever units of time after, you'd be like, who the fuck is Robin Williams? But then I'd know, because why would you use that language? Who the fuck is? You know? So it would be somebody who knew Robin Williams but wanted to hear your view. And the way humans are, they tell me I'm human. I don't know. I'm pretty frail, harmless, weak. I just have all these ideas. Hey, Bam, apparently you have notifications on. That's amazing. You're always a jump ahead of all these people. If you ever watch Wild Wild West, you know that guy, Loveless or something? The enemy of Will Smith. UB's digging in me. Digging. Diggi. Now, I had a theory that you're doing all this to get XP, but in my chat, it's like, why? These are temporary throwaway, aliases, like tampons for women. Oh, the whole gang. So if you're a gang stalker, I do more of like gangs talker. It's like I just end up like facing all these gangs and cartels. Hi, for some reason I've been included here. Let's talk. My brain breaks. It's like I don't know how to gang stalk anybody. I never will. It's odd. You could have said I'm bringing the association. I'm bringing the organization. Something longer than a four-letter thing. I'm fine with it. I made a statement to the AI. Like I despise all four-letter words. But if you say it, I'm fine. Because I'm pretty sure you're not an AI. I've sounded you out. So how do you feel about Robin Williams? It seems that you're in the black people mood. I'm fine with that. It's just you and me in here. This is like the first time you made it to the pre-roll. Normally, like, it's like I set up the stream by myself. But, like, what the fuck are you doing here? You come in later at 10 as a guest, not as a helper. Hey, Jiz, what is wrong with you two people? I'm so shocked. It's just like, like that's the Waymo. You see, like, hi. I'm just like making sure, you know, because they have a lot of high speed cameras. So you got to be like, just in case they're recording. Cheers. That usually is a goodbye greeting, you know. See, look at how I'm walking with this thing. I'm walking like a police chief or like one of those union guys. Hey, what are you doing? But at any time, I could pretend I'm a ninja, like you know. But I like to blend. So anyway, this is the Robin Williams stream. That's the ADL, by the way. Pretty big building, and and now they're gonna hug. I think. I could also steal this thing and just pick up a broom and start cleaning up New York. Well, this is the Robin Williams tribute live stream. So anyway, there's a guy who's like, you slandered me. I'm like a pro-Muslim guy. Send somebody down to talk to me. And they met in the lobby. I was watching this. I mean, how long, like, if you saw a plane crash into that would be like September 11, part 2. Yeah? So that's one of the things Robin Williams would think about. Like, that's a big building. You know what could take it down? A plane filled with jet fuel. And I'm here earlier at work. I was just like, I'm using tech from like, I don't know, 5 years ago. And then I'm still getting buried. Hey, Nate, do all this, do all that. Open 5 different Adobe applications and finish my job. I'm like, who could handle many, many personas? And that's the only one I came up with is Robin Williams on a lot of coke. And it'd be like, oh, Grim Maligo, oh, and then coke. So that's why. Oh wow! So one of you actually decided to like the stream without me asking. Oy. So this used to be like a very fancy restaurant. You know, it's like everything's a ghost town. And just like a cat, if I fits, I sits. You notice in all of New York, nobody is walking their cat. All the cats are in a penthouse apartment, like looking out the window, fighting birds or something. The dogs need walking, but you know, like twins and stuff. And cats don't get enough representation. Like me, if I was at home and I was sitting in like my couch or a recliner, as Robin Williams, snorting up all the coke, a cat would jump on me as I get off me, cat. Meow. You know, I speak fluent cat, like meow. If you want to look like sound like a baby kitten, mew. You know. So how does this relate to Bam's body camera hood Grammy translation service that he can't afford? Although he has a pension, and he like because of the shock. Actually, at $100 per like super chat or whatever, he could have gotten a domain name like therealbambunga.biz or the that bees. You know that's just or even .org, and you just set aside like all your couch coins. Well, I have enough for 1 year, and in that year you just practice transcribing AI services. Like you know, here's my first effort. After 1,000 post updates, you're pretty much good at all that. You actually do. Let me click. No, you don't, because you would have put eight. Even with the HTTPS, it exposes the clicker's IP address. So you know, just like that, some sneaky chatters was like, donate to my thing. And by the way, I have a script that exposes your IP address. Actually, it doesn't matter. I mean, I've seen you do that thing where localhost 127.0.0.0.1 or something, and it loopbacks and all that. I'm aware of that. But then, you know, that's what makes people overconfident. I know all the things about network security. Well, that's good. It's like buying a Bitcoin and never doing anything with it. It's not your job to do stuff with the thing. You're technically squatting on it. Now, if they keep auto billing you or you reserved it for like 20 years, then you might as well be a real estate agent. You know, they do that. It's like, we'll deal with you for 100 years. After that, your contract expires. Yeah? So I'm just waiting for a cat to attack me. Most specifically, Robin Williams is a cat, which would not happen. However, him being so manic in life, in death he's probably either the same but worse, or like even more horrifying, the exact opposite. It's just like, hey, it's Robin Williams. So, like that. I think yes, it was a little bit, 300,000 or something. If you still have the thing, but what they make you do is lose the Bitcoin credentials and then sell you a new one. You know, it's like nice bridge. You want to trade it for an all new bridge? It's better. It's like an iPhone. And what's more important to them is like your finger patterns or how you use it. Because in a tense situation, Bam has a tendency to run towards a grenade and get blown up and blown away 10 feet, 20 feet. Do you not read? You know, dude, you should spend all your body cam time and just like in the army. You can't do a crusade or invasion or like a feint or a flanking without actually having somebody check the map. Are you reading the map right? Even though it says north is that way, how reliable is the guy who writes the compass? Yeah, it's like 300,000. If you think out percentages, it's far more than 93% gain. But, you know, it depends if you have in a secure place. And then the government, who's watching you all the time, is like, so he bought it in 2016, right before, and it's 2025. For 9 years, he locked the secret away from his own conscious mind. How can we do that as a government? You know, that's the more important thing. It's like finding 20 bucks in your jacket because you thought, I might need 20 bucks in the future. Yeah. Whatever the amount, It's like, holy fucking shit. You could, but then you'll get these urges like pings from the government. Well, we want to know how to keep a secret for 9 trillion years. And it was 2016 and now it's 2020. So you got the 9 part. How do you secure a secret for a trillion years? Yeah. So the urge to sell it is very strong in you. It's like, you don't make gains until you sell it. But they want to keep it all on paper so to keep you busy. Like, there's an age old puzzle all religion cannot answer. How do you keep a moron busy all day? And then ask him questions. Should I sell it? Should I buy it? Are you a moron, Bam? Because I am the moron, the template by which all morons are gauged, just like the Beatles or Jesus Christ. Is like, yeah, I'm better than that guy. If you didn't know how famous I was, who would you compare yourself to? You know? And I'm famous to the notorious people, the people you don't want to talk about. Even if you knew all of them, you don't know their favorite ramen flavor. And I might. Much like, the Georgia military base shooting, 5 soldiers were shot. Officials confirm the suspect was taken into custody. But right now, you're thinking, that has nothing to do with me. I'm retired. I'm on a pension. And you could be Raptor Johnny's alt. This thing is like, he convinced me, and Crady might be alive, or he murdered all of Crady's family, including the kids, and his ex-wife. He's like Kaiser Soze. And it's a part of, like, in the Matrix, is like, you took out the little girl. These cookies are made with love and friendship. Oh, you know what I mean? Who, Raptor Johnny? Or Crady? Weird people have a tendency to do jump scares. You know what I mean? That's what horror is all about. You meet a weird guy, he does all these weird things, but he's part of the scenery. Just like you are. You're a force of law, balance, and order. But you're fucking Lobo from the comic books. Okay? Right now, I'm wearing my Superman outfit. Red boots. My boots aren't high. Blue jammies. And then the big yellow sun Superman thing. So, Kevin Brady, if you say he's fucking weird, yesterday, Johnny claimed that, Brady is just one of his 5 alts. It's hard to do all that. Maybe. It's far easier for him to lie, and then somebody calls him out on his lying. Another what? Another shooting? Usually, if that's the distraction event, we've been invaded by aliens in New Jersey or something. Last time I told them, don't do that. You know? So here I am wondering, like, you and Jizz are here. Jizz is playing, like, the silent game, just taking notes, trying to be a lawyer. And you're trying to be a doctor. It's like, how you doing? You want to hear a funny story? I bought 3 Bitcoin in 2016, and I don't know how much it is now. Can you help me, sport? And I'm like, I've been psychoanalyzed by all these therapists, psychiatrists. I end up psychoanalyzing them because it's basically all daddy issues. So I was like one in the Philippines and a Jewish one on Billionaires Row. So it was pretty much I solved his problem too. And now there's you. It's like, oh, okay. Not that it's obvious or transparent. I enjoy talking with you. But I also enjoy talking with Crady. And for Johnny to claim that you're all his personas, when I first came to the bus, it's pretty much that. Just one guy yelling into himself, and then all these other people are like, we're the good personas, we're trying to control him. So anyway, if you want to be known as Dr. Bambunga, that's fine with me. I know you're Jake something. I found law, order, and balance guys don't really give a fuck. Yeah, I gave away all my personal information to the government, and they gave me shelter and a bed and socks. Later I purchased my commissions, but initially, you got all the food you want and bacon, or just like oatmeal or something. Whatever food they gave you, there was a lot of it.
My anniversary, and yeah, that's what he did.
And then your fellow law, balance, and order guy is like, yeah, pretty much, yeah, you're recording, you had better. Can I speak louder? Like that. Some people keep their thoughts private But then once in a while, you hear a guy trying to coach me. You know, I'm fine with it. So anyway, officially, of course, Bam, you should. If the scenario is, oh my God, in 2016 before the election, I bought free Bitcoin. I thought it's like $7,000, and I make sure I check Bitcoin every day. It's 135,000 right now. So three Bitcoin would be like 300. You could get a down payment on a house or a mansion with that. So officially, that's my response. Unofficially, cut this shit. What do you really want, space alien who ate my friend? You all have a demands and agenda. Do you want me to explode? Or show my cock? Or not show my cock? All I want is a cat who is Robin Williams. And it's not happening, so if you think I have power to do anything to make your dreams come true, I sadly don't. I can't even make all my dreams come true. So you're barking up the wrong tree. Normally, some YouTube stuff would be like kids here, but everybody's so shocked about the shooting. Which base is next? Well, I might as well tell you next week's winning lottery numbers. And that's why you keep enemies around. You know, all they want to do is kill you, Bam. What, Bitcoin? Bullshit. No. Can you just go to my channel and see the latest short that I have? Or I'll just link it. Hold on. It's faster because I know what I want. You don't know what I want. Of course, I'll click it and all you hear is audio. Of course, I'll click it and all you hear is audio. But I got the Grok to use in voice to say certain things about roughly 20 times. I don't mind black chicks. I get along with a lot of black chicks. The thing with black girls is they're very aggressive. You couldn't sit quietly in a corner without some little black girl staring at your Coke. And then she's just like, let's say, imagine I have a red Coke here. And then she's like there. And she looks at it, gives me that. And the hand comes there. And she's not touching the Coke. You're like, even slow motion is like, that's my fucking Coke. I'm not touching it. I'm touching it. But if you let her, she'll just get it. You know what I mean? That's the thing. And it's spread to Filipinos too because of poverty. She's one. But did I ever say she's zero? What does that even mean? A zero person. I know, right? They said it was Zionized, and I checked for myself. Very based. So a thing about experiments, somebody has to be able to reproduce it. Just like, the experiment of gravity. Boop. I think we can all get a cigarette and drop it. That experiment is reproducible. And I made sure you could see all the things I typed. But maybe, just maybe, my brother is right. Grok and all these AI answer for whatever's on your phone, which means the FBI has access to all or any, if anything, or zero child porn on your hard drive. Make sure it's zero. They can't do anything if there's zero. One, they can do something with. 10, a trillion, yeah.
I figure I've got to eat breakfast lunch anyway.
So I'm just gonna click it for the audio.
Think I just brought my straight to the kitchen, bring on the dirt. She broke my little heart, now I'm fucking the nurse. My little niggas clicking, that gun ain't no nerve. If they kill one, I'm in and I'm
And
getting
this
the
is my
guns.
basic thing. Like I tell all the little kids, don't get hit or don't get hurt. And this guy is trying to do it. I did it already. I did it. I beat him to the punch. I went to the bathroom. It's like left. I know Mike is gonna do that, so I snipped off a bit of my beard before he could even do it during sleep. I have this kind of precaution. And it's relevant. I mean, our very good friend Merck got murked. And isn't that ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. And I really don't think. So when I hear the word don't, I always hear in my very tiny, pathetic, harmless, fragile little prey mind, always. It's some very powerful evil entity suggesting using the word don't as some sort of form of control. Don't get hurt, which means always get hurt because you're a soldier. This has happened to you. Bam. In the event that you're a real human being, and you can bore me with Iraq stories and heat. But knowing how good Johnny, Raptor Johnny, is at completeness, he crafted an entire Alaskan family. For whatever reason, I don't know why. And I enjoyed talking with him about Anthony the Witness, and it just, yeah. And then yesterday he's like, yeah, so by the way, lol, what do you think? What am I supposed to? There's certain messages I sent to Crady in confidence that only he would know about. Same thing with you. I sent you an amount of Bitcoin, let's say, or not Bitcoin, in Cash App. You know the real amount, but for all the surveillance, it's like we all know you sent me 93,000 via Cash App on my allowed feminism all Negro account or something. This is what cops do. It's like they release information, but it's subtly altered so that the real criminal will call in. It's like, you got it all wrong. Gotcha, bitch. So far, I think you're good, but then there's a distinct possibility that you think you're sentient. You think you went to Iraq. You think you liberated America, but you're all of you are just figments of Johnny's imagination. Now, if I'm just a figment, I'll be a fascist. I'll be a fascist of his imagination. I don't want to be a figment. I want to be a fascist. Never been one before. And that's a phrasing you'll never hear. You know? It's very neat. The fig nations. And God hates figs, right? There's classic, things. It's like I've been accused of homophobia by a guy. It's like, you're a homophobe. Why are you cringing away from me? Number 0, you look very gay. And 1, you're just talking too close to me. Normal people would be like, kick. I know you are. You're a Nigerian. Okay? And you should be enthused. Why are you wearing the emerald green M&M? It's just like, even if I was that guy, Chris Keller, and then when he was doing the FBI stuff, And look, that's you. Emerald green. And a Highlander. I used to have a Highlander. Noah. Okay? You gotta stop that shit. Don't be irresponsible with your manifestations. Hillside Toyota T752003C. Now that's a little bit coincidental or coincidental, but really, you're wearing the emerald green girl at PFP, and then like a Highlander, there can be only one. How many? Do you see 50 of them? I mean, you're very transparent for a Negro. So you're very fake. By saying to the universe, I might be fake, but I'm still real, or the contrapositive, I might be real, but I'm still a fake. Okay? Stop that shit. You're not going to listen because nothing changes. There's a time where it's like, yeah, I can keep my dog under a leash. Oh, shit, he bit a baby. Time to destroy that dog. You understand? You don't. You thought it was very funny to change your PFP to fucking M&M. That's funny. In my reality, that's you. I could see a bicyclist hit you right now, or this guy, Bam. That's Bam, the real Bamboozle. He's an Asher too, from Virginia. Once you show Bam how to manifest as a car, Noah, Bam rides along. He's been in the army. Hey, native, which way to the watering hole? You only had to show me once because I need a beer. Now, Bam is running all over the fucking city. I hope you're happy. You may retain mine. Be careful with all your PFP changes. You think it's funny to mock blacks, and then suddenly, one year, duk duk duk. Hey, mister, I moved my car nearer to you. Hope you don't mind. Basher 2, arise. You did a good one. It's just like, like securing the perimeter. Yeah, I'm going to walk in there with a gun. Bam, 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 bam. How about we throw a flashbang first? We don't know how many is in there, and that's procedure now. I don't even want to teach you guys war. I mean, Bam's there. He's a chief warrant officer. If the completeness of rapper Johnny is like, so they're raping me with an electric baton and I'm being tased, I'll go to my happy place and I'll be the real Bambunga or Crady 1, Deep Space 9, or even Nate Mendez, because I know him. And what would Nate Mendez do? And once I get into that tasing baton up my ass electric, I'll notice little things like, ooh, a paperclip and Jesus Christ. Okay? Look at this. This is a CVS pharmacy that God is already telling me, decapitate them. Just cut off the first third of their head with using Fiji. Don't hold back, snack. Get some more. There's two more in you. I hope you guys don't say anything in my chat, because as soon as I notice it, just like 682 or all predators, I don't see things. I see motion. I see movement. I see like the floor. The floor is not moving, but the planet is. It's too big. I see a truck that's moving. I see that. I cross the street. I'm gonna get hit by that. The ground isn't gonna hit me. It's just like supporting. And there he is. Hey, Sean. Do you know what Noah Nigerian fucking... He manifested a Toyota Highlander from Hillside. Emerald green. Emerald green. He could have chosen red. Could have chosen blue. And then this car would have appeared and I would have dismissed it out of hand. He's not powerful. And you know what Bam did? It's like, aha. Like I snuck behind the commanding officer and looked and I saw the pin code. Now I can go in. I need you to like beef up stuff. Use the Chinese finger trap homosexuality to do a little recon about what exactly can a Noah do. You know what I mean? It's not, because you use the letter U and I don't. And just like Mavis, you never have in my stream or at all, you never will follow all my rules. Rule number 0. People in my chat can say sorry. That's sorry with a U, where you put favorite and color, but never sorry, as in sour rye. And if you'd like to apologize, no, you can't, because a sorry has a U, as in favorite or color. You'll say that, hubba hubba, Why am I not slapped? I don't know. My wife does all the slapping on me. All they have to do, wow, defeated by a monkey. A machine that autocorrects you. It's like, we're going to go to the groceries and it's healthier to eat grapes. Ooh, banana. Nice. You let the autocorrect defeat you. Wow, you're so useful. Yeah, wow. So you join a very elite group. Mavis also said that. And you know how happy she is? She has a boyfriend. She lost 25 pounds of belly fat. No more jokes about her forehead or her big Yeti feet. She's walked away from the bus and living her goddamn life. Once you can do that, it's like, oh, I'll change it to slurry. Because OL is all the same. And you know what a slurry is? It's probably iconic lingo, slang in Australia. Boy, that Sheila hit a slurry, a furry. What? And believe you me, when Bam is in the army, where are you from, fella? Australia. Do you know Paul Hogan? What's his personal number? We're not all like that. We just say I'm from fucking Melbourne. Melbourne. You know? Like if I don't know. I can't do the Australian real good. But like, somebody Australian or New Zealander, I talked with a New Zealander about corned beef. 5 hours later, all the Filipinos are like, they're still talking. That's how I learned all my thing. What do you call people who build scaffolding on the outside of a building all day? It's probably some N word, right? Like narcissists. Again, Jizz, that's a great addition. But I've already unblocked Loke, and I explained this yesterday. I'll explain it today. The door is locked, but I made a doggy door for Loke. Okay? He can go in. Officially, I looked at all the YouTube things. He's not on my ban list or hide list or anything. Unofficially, I suspect that they have him flagged as some sort of terrorist. Not my thing. Counterterrorism handles all that. Okay? So, again, if you have pets, cats don't use cat doors. Dogs do. They hear a squirrel, a raccoon, they jump right through. Even if it's too small for them, a dog will get his dog head. Say, whoa. They gave up English to be speaking English to be our protectors. Okay? So Loke is like that. He's retarded. A retarded dog. What a shocker, right? Hey, dog. The door is closed, but your doggy door is a flap. Go through it. And then you just wait. And most dogs would just run through. But he's so retarded, he just waits for me to open the doggy door. At that point, it's like, I'm not his slave. Yeah, well, you're smart. My cat, one of my cats in another house, was so smart, right? The door was closed like that. He didn't care. There's a window here. He jumped up and splatted like Spider-Man. Like... I don't know too many cats who can do that. They just like, I'm going to escape. Jumps up, splats on the thing, flat as you please, and then slides down. Maybe you've seen that. This has been here for a month. This is a cat. Do you see how I stabbed one of the cat's eyes a lot? You know Ariel, the Little Mermaid? Be bound. All. And I burned this. And there's a guy named Nikolai who just likes to punch this. Yeah. Garfield. Exactly. But his name wasn't Garfield. I made the mistake of naming that cat Michael. And Michael, Saint Michael the Archangel, apparently took a very comedic turn. They're supposed to, on all people on planet Earth, there is the MK Ultra. There he is. Now I can't do it, but me. Do you see how Michael trolls me? It's just like, those dragons, and then that wears like no parking zone towing, and he just wore it as a necklace. That's Michael, my cat, or the angel, and he's gonna drive away, neat as you please, chewing his gum. Okay, so this got derailed from Robin Williams tribute because some, if not all of you, think he's a faggot. Again, let's all say faggot. Yesterday, I coached those two girls to say rape. And they're like, I can't do that. Well, you're gonna. You're gonna accuse somebody of rape, get money, and then leave. Similarly, I just said faggot really loud. Faggot. Faggot. Okay? Knowing that this is a pro-gay LGBT chat, Cumtown, where they're like, are you want to be a homophobe, Nick Mullen? No, you guys have enough money to give me money. That's why there's shit on it. Well, I don't know. Why do I keep you modded when I should demod all of you? Same answer, Sean. Very good, Noah. And I see you never will change. You're so like, hey John, how are you?
You don't got a special.
There's no special treatment here. Also, I can make really slanderous statements too. All the women on Friends have cocks. But then and they already predicted that? Yeah, we know it's Courtney Cox. You know? It's just there's nothing like I feel like, a prophet, yes, don't fall into the manhole and you just fell into the manhole. Right. So both a driveway and a parkway would say that to you. Now I don't know if you drive, but if the parkway or driveway says you need me, well yeah, doofus, I'm on top of the fucking road. There will be a time when the big earthquake removes all roads and I'll fall into the hole too. So for now I need you. Jiz, you have the weirdest shit. All that MK Ultra training and Naomi. Because I never asserted you're the greatest MK Naomi asset of all time. You don't even know what a fuck an MK Naomi is. You'd smell through that shit. Yes, Lisa could grow. Also, Lisa could castrate rats. If you look in her Wikipedia, she used to do that. So one, it's funny, Lisa Kudrow, Courtney Cox. In this court, you need Cox. Boom. Oh, you're protected. You got a cup. Take a seat. Okay? Jennifer Aniston. I don't know that one, but like Jen. And her thing is like she even got mocked on SNL. Like, oh my God, I'm Zach Galifianakis. I'm just Jennifer Aniston. Oh, honey. And then she came in there and owned them. So I'm like, if that's a dude, that is a really feminine dude. As they grow older, Matthew Perry is like, I can't stand that all my female friends are getting old and ugly and being called men. I'll just drown. And then he endured all the jokes. Like, God, please, just end this. Okay, but I'll let you die, but you have to endure all the jokes that you're a very bad swimmer. Fine, whatever. He's an addict, addicted to cigarettes and fent and all that. He just wanted to die in a weird way. And God gave him that death. Do you all want to die in a weird way? At this time, I could bring you death. I gave you mine, I can take it away, like Bill Cosby. One of his things is, I put you in chat, and I can take you out. Ask Luke. He's so mentally deluded that even though the door is unlocked, just like an elephant, he thinks it's locked. He thinks he's banned. He thinks I'm lying. That's somebody I can't save. He's an idiot. First and last. He's the first person I let into chat and going to be the last person I unban. So I hope you're all taking good notes. 4 people or 4 corners make a square. In the name of Jesus Christ and all his angels and Jews in New York City, I'm going to change this into a satanic pentagram. Didn't work. Didn't work. And if I am threatening, I read in chat or X a real set of threats against a couple. And he's like, why does Israel receive all the money? And then they explained to him why. We're going to drag your kids out to the street and you never will see them again. That's a fucking threat. They texted him from a number, he blurted out, and I was thinking, if he did this himself, this is very credible and valid as a threat. 2 cute little kids, eyes X'd out, and then leaving the parents grieving. You can make more, right? Too bad about the last 60 kids. You'd think you'd learn. You want me to do Liam Neeson? I don't know who you are or what you've done with all my powers, but I've amassed a certain group of skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. Nah. You know, Liam Neeson did less, like, it's like Neeson, Nielsen, it's all the same. Naked Gun. Hey, Blade Master. Hey, look, Freakier Friday, Ricky Fondo's favorite thing. Like, one looks like a horse. She fought against, like, Michael Myers. And then the other one fought, like, in Mean Girls. Together, they're unstoppable. Yeah, black bastard. So I need somebody just like chill. Like, you actually did a stream, and it's like you look greasy and desperate and white. And I was like, yeah, he's gonna need a sword. Like, there's no way I can headhunt for this guy. Ladies, he's a catch. He doesn't look like much right now. He's grieving over his dad and his best friend. But imagine him hacking all your enemies to bits. He's a blade master. Believe me. There's a lemon law in New York. You know that, right? Hey, Joe, want to be green? The thing is like, I don't have the ability of Raptor Johnny, and making you mod would be a downgrade, actually. I got used to seeing you in all emerald green. So since I don't have membership perks or actual monetization from YouTube and all this, I can't welcome you in the manner by which you've been accustomed. Green, I prefer. That little cum stain that all members have, I prefer that. You know, that images you can post in chat, I like that. If I want to see you at full power, I'll go to the bust. But here, you voluntarily basically removed your pants, and then I have scissors. So anyway, inappropriate racism. If you scroll, and I think I'll paste it again, but basically I'll play this. It's my all new short.
Think I just brought my shit on the show. Don't get hurt, don't get murked, don't get hurt, don't get murked, don't get hurt, don't get murked. I got a lot of this bitch trying to flirt. Fresh out of prison, but bro trying to cut. Straight to the kitchen, this work on the dirt. She broke my little heart, now I'm fucking a nurse. My little niggas clicking, that gun ain't no nut. If they kill one of me, then I'm kicking the gun. Too many fatalities, shit get gross. Oh, you trying to run?
Joe, you could actually say day instead of the year. Because I'm dumb enough and retarded enough to believe all that. Give it a try, Joe. Here's me trying it for you. I make $89,000 a day. LOL. I'm insane. I'm crazy. I'm unreliable. And all these things are true. But that could be true too. My banker could be like taking my daily earnings and investing it in Ascoin. Who the fuck knows? Yeah. Do all you need to do. I mean, that's what part of the insidious nature of the membership. Once you're used to flushing by voice, toilet, flush, I walk away. Using a McDonald's toilet is like, what are these things? I have to use my hands? I can't promote him as a mod because my stream is inferior. So I have to do inferior in father mode. What? Okay, congratulations, you're rich. You know? Bitcoin was gonna like tank anyway. You caught it at the right time, at the peak. You have just triggered a Bitcoin sell-off. Because I was fighting two deities earlier via text. One of them was named Wallet, and the other name was named Bitcoin. So how about you tell me, psych, just kidding, and you actually kept the 3 Bitcoin. In keeping with the just kidding plan. I've seen 3 people die by announcing their money. And then one forum owner was like, oh, you got that much money? Donation button is that way. The guy drowned for whatever reason. Also Obama's cook or something. And then this security CEO. That's something new, Blade Master. That's an all new one. I usually make the joke is like, where do all the plumbers live in Queens? Flushing. But, even reusing or recycling a fellow comic things, I might have to promote you to fellow comic instead of Blade Master. That shit's hilarious. I'm gonna read that like as a super chat for $0.00. Benjamin Seaman said, very funnily, people ask me about Flushing Queens. I tell them I think it's a good idea. That's Henny Youngman. Oh, I remember Henny Youngman. He's the kind of guy with mock German. Oh, you're German. So tell me, what are all these holes on the side for? Air conditioning? Nah, it's machine guns, right? That's the joke I got from Henny Youngman. This funny guy. I think it's a good idea. Who knew he was a homophobe or a non anti-imperialist? It's all the same. So anyway, you caught it on the peak. You have to believe this. When you dump, you pump yourself up. There's Gary Oldman, so I don't know who's like Henny. Like Gary Oldman drinking Hennessy. Pay the man. No, that's wrong. Was that him? Like Matt Damon? I forgot. That was Jan Malkovich or something. I get confused with all these celebs' names. How about Hennessy, old man? Why, don't mind if I do, Gizmodo. Who said they were trying? It's like I'm the greatest hide and seek champion of all time. Yeah, you go hide. We'll find you whenever. Dude, if you can say no man or no Fed can catch me, somebody would say, wanna bet? Gambling is still going on in casinos, Las Vegas, and Atlantic City. Not to mention on international bars. If you said no woman must catch me, that's better. Just because you can doesn't mean you must. Yeah, in near Las Vegas, a whole bunch of Filipinos made a town. So that's probably why. Filipinos, especially the elderly, got tired of the whole Joe Coy shit, saying all the time, Lord, Lord, I prayed my rosary. Where's all my money from the slot machines? America has it. It's bigger than us, or you. Sorry. So they wised up and bought a town. All that money they spent on slot machines, they bought a fucking town. And now Vegas is empty. No, that's a miscall. That's Norm's joke. I like to call it Lost Wages. You called me? On my phone? You're in my chat? Snitching to all the feds? Oh boy. I know you're not snitches, but imagine you were. I'm gonna go into CVS now, pretending I'm talking to my wife. That's the only reason I can live stream, actually. No, it's called amnesia, and I forgot why. Anyway, so what did you guys want me to get from CVS? 3 cases of beer, a wheelbarrow, and 2. Hi, how are you? Maybe some batteries. I'm just gonna get my lunch. Anyway, doing this via Discord is probably easier. Are you all gaming well? I'm so confused. I think the Discord chat is YouTube. How stupid of me, right, guys? Don't get hurt. Don't get murked. Nah, like I'll get a Monster Mean Bean or what, but they have this. I thought you're a Republican, Bam. I thought you love America. Black Rifle Coffee, 2 for $5.50. Espresso. Yeah, don't make me depressed, Blade Master or a fellow comic. I thought like Summer was trying to pull a fast one and just took a random crazy psycho. But the guy moved like how I imagine Merc is. He was like, shoot me. And then the response was like, yeah, this guy wants me to shoot him. They didn't? Listen, Like Kyle is almost starved now. I'm surprised the Earth could support. There's so many memes about him becoming the Pillsbury Doughboy, and he killed like two black people or something. I don't know. What was it? Totally obliterated my right bicep. So you could say make it funny. Nah, the planet Earth will support Kyle Rittenhouse. Just take all the stop jokes and then apply them to Kyle. Something that you wouldn't normally do, but
Hi, welcome. Thank you.
then whatever they mistakes they make, I'll make. I know Kyle. He keeps trying to kill me. He's getting better too. He used to every time, right? He shoots at me from a long distance, and I get the spider sense. I turn the bullet into a bird. He's getting closer and closer. You know what I mean? And officially, I'm horrified. Unofficially, as his coach, is like you're doing well. It's like I don't know. This is Kyle shooting like bullets at my CVS thing. Toshiba, Magellan. Kyle, will you stop? I don't know. I just want two things. Anyway, you're all armed and dangerous, right? For now. You're gonna be disarmed and harmless soon. It's the same energy. Hi. How are you?
Good, are you?
I'm alive.
You have the CVS card?
I think I do, yes. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
There we go. All fixed. And you can check on the website. Two. No. Continue. Amount due. Email. Hooray. They all do. That's the thing. I'm happily married. That only happens when you have a ring. You know? Even a cheap 10-carat ring is like, I'm taken. Now, they do the millennial stare. They stare at you and look away. Or when you're walking, they flip their hair. Like you're going to chase after them. And all they have them thinking is trad wives or whatever. It's like, oh well, his loss. And then they start doing chants and curses and voodoo in the middle of the fucking night to make your dick itch or your ass. It's like, and I got so used to it. You see, like you want to get 24 carat? That's why there's 24 hours in a day. Some of you can only work 10 hours a day. And that's including sleeping. So you sleep for 8 hours and work for 2. And I'm tired. Because 24 carat is the most. If the people selling gold sold you, there's a 93,000 carat golden ring. The gold. You should get that. You'd be like, oh, wow, I could do that. You know? I'm just here killing time because time is the only thing I can kill as an assassin. You know? It's like money. Money has bound me. It's like a satanic contract in each one. And I talked to somebody. I told them, it's like, all these bills have satanic contracts. Yeah, they want them. They need them for goods. So I was like, we're just playing along. Like Monopoly. Did you? What was the design on the plate? Do you remember? It's a valid question, Blade Master. It's just like, a Zen master. It's like, oh, look how sharp I am, Master of Zen. I saw 19 birds fly. And the master's like, oh, very good. Noticed all those birds, huh? The 1/3 from the front. Which way did he look? And that's a trick question because how do you know the third from the front was a man or a male. Yeah, always look for the tricks, Blade Master. There's something called sheathing the sword, something you don't know yet. You only get one chance to perfect it. Would you like to learn how? Probably not. Bam knows. That's a really long way to say no. And let me educate you what blade means. Do you know the Brave browser? Brave browser. You download it and then you donate or view ads, and you get a little bit of Bitcoin. But the whole time, it's restoring and offsite all your private information enough to make an educated guess about what you're going to purchase next, where you're going to be, should you be needed for conscription. Right? You worked 18 hours for a skirt steak special. And only because you said skirt steak, which is delicious, do I tell you that. Helen Keller didn't. Again, as a blade master, if you throw sand at me, I'll be like, I'm fooled. But Helen Keller isn't fooled because she's blind. She's insensate and they can't be fooled by regular things. Okay, what is your point, Benjamin? That was probably Crady after Danson or Raptor Johnny murdered him and all his family. Maybe Crady was working as a bouncer, and then Johnny somehow gained access to his account. If you see him in chat, you'd be like talking like his normal all caps self. But, Johnny said something in my previous stream, lol, what do you think? Like Axel Foley, the guy who's Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy. Helen Keller was able to historically insert herself into history by her complete lack of senses. She was deaf, blind, mute, and dumb. Somehow, somebody teaching her is like, if I put my finger in her hand and trace, that's not pedophilia, that's education. And that's a big excuse. It's like, it's not pedophilia, it's pedophilia. There's an A there because of the British Empire. Me, I don't give a shit. I go into the dentist, there's a pedometer. I was like, oh, you're measuring pedophiles. No, it's actually about feet. And I was like, you're a dentist. Why is there a pedometer here? It's one of life's mysteries. Just like, like, why did Helen Keller burn her ear? Because she answered the iron. If you laugh at that, you're probably going to hell. You might answer, hello, my face. And it burns off. I try to get the funniest jokes so I can present it to God for a belly laugh. Even though he hides a belly laugh, it's like, that was funny enough to get one. You're just being a douchebag, God. That shit's funny. I curate all these jokes from everywhere, including the bust. You didn't laugh at that? You didn't laugh at Benjamin Seaman's joke about flushing queens? I think it's a good idea. And he's just like, he's God, I'm sure you're all tired of me talking about God. And like, the thing is, I'm preparing you for the Muslim invasion. On the Catholic Bible, something bad happens. They come in like me, all smiles. And as soon as we get 51%, we speak in our own language. And it's like, we got you there. You shouldn't have. I'm one of the few who resist that trend. And it's like, dudes, retain all you have. Be funnier. If funny is all you have, make God laugh. And not just a regular laugh. Sure, you heard him. Have you spoken them? See, the Bible was written as a diary, not as a manual. I treat it like a manual. It doesn't work all the time, but I learned something trying. I could say all the words of Jesus Christ. It won't work for me because I'm not him. And you are not Henny Youngman. You are Benjamin Seaman. When I first came into the bus, I was like Nathaniel Mendez. That's my government name. It's on my birth certificate. My dad signed it. What do I have to hide? As soon as you say that, they started trusting me with secrets. Now I have something to hide. And your dad and your best friend too probably said the same stupid shit. What do I have to hide? Oh, you're a trustworthy man. We're going to entrust you with secrets that are lethal. Oops, you let it slip. Well, you know the rules. Have you ruled out foul play in all the family deaths, Seaman? Because if you say the wrong thing, there will be a death by foul play. So I suggest that you insinuate that your dad and your best friend were already murdered by foul play. Three is a little too much. Because if you say there was no evidence at all of foul play, I have to craft some now. Okay? Do me a favor. It's like they'll blame me. Nate, did you kill Benjamin Seaman's father and best friend? Because they're like it's obviously foul play. Let me check my records. No. Let me be the one to say there's no evidence of foul play. You make a mistake, that's fine. Say that there was foul play, so I don't have to plan one. I'll be like, yeah, maybe. I guess I accidentally foul played them. So he's exempt now, right? I don't have to kill any more of his friends or family. It's too much paperwork. That's why I call you Blade Master. You got to get within there. This is called sheathing the sword. Okay? That means that your father and your best friend got in close. They didn't want to handle all those secrets and then turned around, stabbed themselves through the chest, and then incidentally hit the person they wanted to kill. They died, but they got their target. I honor them for it. That's sheathing sword. With you and your dating preferences and how you present yourself on a dating sites, I think the sheath would probably sword you. We just walk up, he's paying the bill. Not that you're a disappointment. The secrets they held very, very deep. I did a cursory and I was like, wait a minute, this is incomplete. And I delved deeper. I got to look at what the secrets they were holding. Really trustworthy, folks. And so they ended it the best way they knew how, like Merc. Find the cop and then shoot me, pussy. They'll tell you they died naturally in their sleep. Couldn't be done. It's cancer. Not suspicious at all. It looks like they're all slinking away in shame. Maybe the bust had something to do with it. And you're trying to find out why did that happen? When I needed them the most, my brother or best friend or my father, suddenly, like a tripod camera or a camera on a tripod, somebody kicked two of the legs. How am I still standing? I don't know. It's miraculous. A tripod needs three legs, but you have a monopod. What's keeping it up? Yeah, make silence your friend. Think about it. You know, Colin Jost has an all-new SNL segment that, again, is made with a failure. It's called Hear Me Out. I'm walking so slow, people want to hit me in the head. I'm fine with that. You know? I've heard of the knockout game. If I get hit, all the other people get hit. That's fine with me. You're all busy and somewhere to go, you big guys. Run me over. Right? I want equal treatment for all slow people. And you'd be surprised how many people in power move very slow. Just because you're right behind them, I could take them out. Look at Nancy Pelosi and whoever, right behind Trump. Why didn't you detonate a grenade? Oh, you don't know what he can do to me. You know? I feel the big guy presence is like, oh well, I had thought to live longer than this. And then they move away. St. Paul is always watching me too. He was beaten or pierced for our sins. This is backwards on my screen. Crushed for our iniquity. He, the hell is that? He bore the punishments that makes us whole. By his wounds we are healed. Isaiah 53 2 or 5. I'll keep this. You know, just like when Nancy Pelosi said, you don't know what he could do to me. You think I planted it? Man, I must be the smartest guy of all time. Yes, I planted it on the way just for dramatic tension. Don't remember doing that. All I wanted to get was two Black Rifle coffees. Think and think well. You know, if it's just a joke, it's like, guys, I want sympathy and attention. My father's actually alive, and so is my best friend. And they suddenly die for no reason? That's because you summoned that. I made the mistake of, like, just to win an internet argument, it's like, my mom's dead. And guess what happened right after? Wouldn't happen to you, right? I hope you take all my lessons to heart. You know, you look like a nice guy, you stream. There are psycho bitches out there too, with like Lizzie Borden and an axe. It's like, oh, take me home. Oh God, I'm so helpless. But the room, her bedroom, is not helpless. She just completes. Victim, victimizer as a victim. Careful, Seaman. The only reason they release movies is because they're tired of those ways to kill people. You know? And you seem like a nice guy. You do wind walks, you forest walk. You've seen carcasses before. It's a shame why this rabbit or this dog had to be eaten by a tiger. Oh well, it's not doesn't happen all the time. Nah, don't listen. Focus all your attention on that Honda. All the apostles were in one accord. Don't tell me you have a Honda Accord, by the way. I don't even know all the Hondas. See? Blade Master there. One of the wilder ones. Open hand blade. Oh, an ATV. Well, at least it's not Adobe Creative Cloud. Are you good at graphic design at all? This guy is, you know. Street evangelization. It's commercial, but I'll take it. Let's see what happens to me with this Sacramento. Right. You know what engines means? You know all about engines, right? You have a car. That means you know. Engines and enemies are spelled like that. You know? If your engines won't start, your enemies won't start. It's just a coincidence. 7 letters. Starts with E, ends with S. Engines, enemies. You know? Or if your empire won't start. Or your ex-wife. Were you previously married? Again, what's my normal answer to questions, Seaman? As a blade master? You're listening, but are you paying attention? I only just answer questions mentally for people I respect with only 3 words. Let's see if you remember it. How else are you going to repair your Honda's engine or get an ATV? You know? You ever have a low battery and stranded on the highway when suddenly a bunch of young kids are just barreling through and you're a barricade, they say, we can just push through. Usually the older person is severely injured and the teenager just walks away, wow, that's a chapter in my life. What's my answer to all questions, Benjamin C? And I'll give you the answer. You'll forget it. It's just like, holy shit, free stuff. Right. Are you ready to hear it? It might save your life one day. It could be a deactivation phrase for some MK Ultra assassin getting real close into you, like, "Hey pal, having trouble starting that Honda, huh? Well, I happen to have something that'll end all your problems. You won't have a problem with a Honda no more. I'll give it to you. Maybe you'll remember it next time." Helen Keller didn't. Let's see, right? It's such a useless, harmless phrase. Nobody would ever suspect that disarms people. Superficially, it's you're making fun of Helen Keller. But people in power notice that, those are the most best passwords. It's like, hi, how are you? Looks, sounds like a greeting, right? Couldn't possibly be a stand down for all military. If you can't control the speech, you control the person. Just like if Donald Trump came up to here and me right now and said, "Nate, in all this time you haven't shown me your dick. You came here to ask me to show me your my dick to you. You're so busy campaigning for the third term. You came to 40th in Lexington in 2025 in August just to say, show me your dick, Nate." At that point, whatever, boom, yeah, might as well. Okay? So you refuse to say it. Maybe you like the threat. There's a lot of cortisol addicts. They turn in their work late, want to get yelled at by their coworkers or women. I've seen Dexter. With what's his name? The guy John something. I forgot. Lithgow. And he played a serial killer that, part of his kill method was going to a gay bar or a straight bar, pretending he was gay and getting beat up. That way he could do his third murder. Surprise, motherfucker! Like that. I'm surprised they didn't make Dexter Morgan a person of color, a strong, sassy black woman. I've been Dexter Morgan all along. I'm Rolodex Termorgan. They call me Rolodex because I have magic fingers. Can you imagine them ruining Dexter? And the all-new talent is Rolodex Termorgan. Termorgan is an ethnic name. You haven't heard of it at all. Yeah, well, I'm glad you hulked out properly and not like irresponsibly, Noah. And again, I look forward to your PFP changes, much like Sean. Rolodex Termorgan. Okay? Because you said Helen Keller had magic fingers. You don't have a Rolodex. Unless you're old enough to remember. Termorgan is another name for Jerusalem, as in the three pagan gods, Jer, Usa, and Lem. Tur, Mor, and Gan. You don't know this shit. That's why you need a Rolodex. All the ancient pagan gods of Babylonia and Samaria. Flip, 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 flip. Oh, Tur, Mor, and Gan. How you doing, pals? That's why you need a Rolodex. That's why all the sassy blacks are winning. They know how to use a fucking Rolodex. I saw this black girl with nails as long as like my penis. It's like, yeah, I type 60 words per minute. It would be longer if I didn't have nails. I mean, it would be more. And for what I know about Cumtown, or any comics in general, it's like, don't join a comedy school. Make this your last class. And then you get busy writing jokes for free. And they listen, well, here's the tier. Yeah, what I said to the group doesn't apply to you. You're clearly talented. What are all the jokes you've written so far? This needs work. Oh, that's pretty good, but you can do better. Next thing you know, they're using your jokes. Yeah, I'm gonna. Good choice. See, you know, it's like when you disowned me, you went like this. What does that mean? And he's like, "Milady." Even Joy B. Harker only. Hey, I'm Jewish and all. Hey, Benjamin Seaman, come here. I want to tell you all these things. Hi, hon.